Alright, there's a few different ways you can do this, but the way I'm using is by sanding and then buffing. I've just got this little Viva orbital sander with a 2-inch Velcro pad on the top. These are my little Velcro pads. This is a 1000 grit. Now my headlight, it's not too bad. It's actually not all that old, but it has started to oxidize. So I'm starting at 1000 grit and then working my way up to 3000. If they're really bad, you'll probably want to go down to either 800 or 600 grit, and I'm wet sanding. So with my 1000 grit disc on, I'll connect it to pneumatic line, and then I'll just have a little bit of water drizzling. So as I'm going, I'm just working my way around. I'll probably start at the top, do the top half first, work my way around the edge, and then do the bottom. I'm not pushing very hard. I'm letting the grit on the sandpaper actually do most of the work, trying to keep it nice and flat so I'm not digging in anywhere, and so on. The air compressor will be making a fair bit of noise, so I'll try to get rid of that for you. Okay, what we're sanding for is we're looking for, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but we're looking for spots that are still quite clear and shiny. So if we've done it right, it'll be all scratched up to the right amount for that grit. And sure, it looks terrible at this stage, it looks worse than when you've started, but this is the process. Once you come up to the 3000 grit and then use a plastic polish, that's when it comes back to life, and then a protectant at the end. Okay, you get the idea. I'm doing 2 passes per level. I'm on 2000 grit at the moment. Got to work my way up to the 3000. So 2000, 2.5, then the 3. 2 passes on each grit. Okay, once you've done those different steps all the way up to 3000 grit and given it a good going over, tried to make it as even, as uniform as possible, you'll still see that it's foggy. So it's supposed to be cloudy like that. That means you've done it correctly. If I wet it, you'll probably notice how much clearer it gets, and that is going to have the same effect as when you put a protectant on it and polish it with some plastic polish. So that's the end desired look that we're going for. What I'm using next is the Meguiar's plastic polish and a little foam pad, 2-inch one on my Viva sander. I'll give it 3 coats, I'd say, and in between I'm wiping it off with a microfiber cloth. Okay, the last one, I'm just going to put a sealant on it just to protect it from the UV light. Do that a couple of times and you're all done. So the end result comes up okay. Not brand new, but I've done both the lights now and I'm pretty happy with the results. This is obviously the sanding technique and then buffing. Other people do other things and that's fine. This is what works for me. This car has very big headlights and It really does detract from the look of the vehicle if they're yellow. Just remember, if you get one of those Viva or any other branded orbital sanders and you're going to use it like that, make sure you run some oil through it afterwards, stop it from rusting.